We put the emphasis outside of us. What you realize is truly your happiness, your smile comes from inside of you.
Welcome, friends. We are your hosts, Sandy and Wade, baby best friends turned husband and wife and business partners.
This podcast is for the dreamers, the movers and shakers, and those who seek to attract their dream life.
Strap in. Getting magnetic in 3, 2, 1.
Like attracts like. If you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
This moment in time, this is your time to rise.
How are you doing today? Yes, you, the listener out there. And I think we get asked that question often. How's it going? How you doing? Good. It's like autopilot, right? But like, think about, how are you doing today? What's like one word that would describe your day? And when we start to reflect on that, I think it's huge.
Can I say something on that?
Yeah, heck yeah.
My mom, being born and raised in Switzerland, like didn't understand how in America people just walk by you and they're like, how are you? And they keep walking. And she'd be like, that is so rude. They just asked me how I was doing and they kept walking.
I love that.
They don't even want to know how I'm doing. Like, so she always like resisted that question.
Yeah. It's like because you asked the question and there's not even intention behind it. You don't actually want to know how the person's doing. You're just doing that small talk. Anyways, I don't know why that popped into my head. I want to read an awesome review. And guess what? You don't have to leave a 5-star review. Leave a review that feels beneficial to you. If you left a 3-star, guess what? Most businesses, companies, podcasts, whatever, you gain the most insight from a 3-star review, because it's like, I like what you have kind of, but you have a lot of room for upside and growth. So if whatever feels right to you, obviously I might be biased. I think it's a 5-star podcast warranted, but whatever's you feel, but enjoying reading these reviews and loving, going to start doing this just weekly. But this one's titled Power Couple Goals. Oh, heck yeah. With like 3 arm emojis.
If you're watching us on video.
If you're watching, we're working on the arms. 5-star. This is by far my favorite podcast to listen to. Thank you both for being so incredibly inspiring in every way. I'm always impatiently waiting for the next episode to come out. Bailey Jenkins. Thank you, Bailey. Shout out Bailey for leaving a review. But today's episode.
Actually, before we get into that, how do you leave a review?
Oh, okay.
If you don't know. So if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, which is if you have an iPhone, there's a purple, at least at this day and age, it's a purple icon for the podcast, which is how you're listening. You know, you hit subscribe on Getting Magnetic with Sandy and Wade, and then there's an opportunity for you to select how many stars and then write a review right there. It literally will take you less than 60 seconds. And we could be featuring yours on the next episode.
Thank you for leaving a review. So anyways, today's topic, I've brought it up a couple times now. I finished Will Smith's audiobook and I got a lot of insight from it. I love Will Smith. He's the man. But towards the end of the book, he's really reflecting on his life. And one of his reflections, like, you know what? I realized smiles come from the inside. And I was like, babe, let's just do an episode on that. No agenda, but how our smile truly comes from the inside, where we put so much emphasis outside of us on outside and material things. And when I have the house that's big enough, or the car that's nice enough, or the person, or like that relationship or something, like, then I'll feel happy, then I'll feel good, then I'll have big smiles. Like, we put the emphasis outside of us. What you realize is truly your happiness, your smile comes from inside of you. No one else is there to like make you happy, or nothing else is there to make you happy and smile. Like, it's comes from within. It's like back to Wayne Dyer, when you start to change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Like, what makes you truly happy inside of you? When I say that your smile comes from within, what do you even think about? What runs through your head?
2 things. The first thing is, the other day, someone gave my daughter a compliment that I was like, oh, was the sweetest thing.
Oh,
she was smiling. I don't even remember who it was. It could have been a friend or a stranger. I don't remember, but she smiled. And the person said, wow, your daughter smiles with her entire body. And I was like,
Oh,
that is so true. Cause I saw her transform, like her little cute gummy smile. She's only 3
I
months
miss
old.
her.
She's downstairs with the babysitter and we're like, we miss her so much. Her gummy smile and like everything, her shoulders crunched up and
Yeah.
her hands were, her fingers were moving and her feet were kicking.
Let's do it right now on camera.
That's how she smiles.
Oh, it's so cute.
And someone said that and I was like, wow, her smile legit comes from within.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that comes up. And I feel like a compliment for your child is like even better than a compliment for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're like, I received that. I
Yeah.
made that human.
Yep.
And then the other thing that comes up is smiling with your eyes. Because like I've always been told I smile with my eyes. And I feel like there's a difference. Like you can really tell when
Mhm.
someone has joy exuding out of their eyeballs and they're like genuinely happy and they can't hold back the smile. Like there literally could be like something covering their nose down and you can't even see their actual mouth smile, but you can tell they're smiling because their eyes are smiling.
Yeah. And it's funny,
And
this
those both are smile from within.
heck, yes, they are. In this day and age, while this is being recorded, the past couple of years, 2020, 2021, 2022, even we've had to wear masks around in public places. And so you can't necessarily see smiles as much, but you can tell those people that smile with their eyes because you receive it, you feel it through their eyes, which is really cool. But I mean, I think of my friend Basamba, and we were on a leadership retreat. And I asked like 20, 30 people, like, what has this business opportunity done the most for you? And there's a lot of similar answers, but his really stuck out. It was distinct. It was unique. He's like, it's made me smile more. And that was so profound. I was like, wow, that's what we're all seeking, right? We just want to walk around smiling at all times and be happy. We think we're seeking the promotion and the money and the this and the that and being a millionaire and having quote unquote financial freedom and all these different things. Like at the end of the day, we just want to be happy. You go to, who is it? What book was I reading? Tahiti or something, and the Magic actually. And she said, I was on a plane with Tahitians and they're the happiest people ever. Like they don't have a lot. They don't really have very much, but they're so happy. Or back to Will Smith's audiobook. He's like, I'm a driven type. I went to Trinidad and Tobago because one of my friends was like, go there. And he's like, they were so chill. Like their Saturday, they were just floating around in the ocean. And I was like, yo, guys, what are we doing? What's the plan? Like we got to accomplish, we got to conquer something. We got to this, that. And they were just happy and smiling and just floating in the water. And so that's really what we're all seeking, right? That the smile and knowing that it comes from within and all our smiles are unique. What makes you smile might not make someone else smile. Like it might be so unique to you, but think about those things like what truly makes me smile? And let me just follow that.
So good. The other day, there was a nice woman. I was doing self-checkout at Target and I realized that I had gotten the wrong size of these like swim outfit thing for our daughter, Cameron. I was like, oh, this is too big. It's not going to fit her. So there was a lady standing there and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry to inconvenience you. This is actually not going to work. Can I give it back to you? I don't need it. And she was like, yeah, absolutely. And she was like looking down and like didn't make eye contact with me. And granted, she was wearing a mask, so I could only see her eyes really. And I was like, I could feel her energy. Like, I'm like, people ask her to do things like this all day long. Like, oh, can you put this back? Or like, oh, help me, my register's stuck. Or like the credit card machine isn't working. Like she just gets like complaints or requests all day. Like no one ever really like recognizes her. And I gently like put my hand on her shoulder, like very lightly when she did it. And I was like, thank you so much. And she looked at me and her eyes like instantly filled with like liquid, like water. And she could barely speak English, but like I could feel it. And she like bowed her head. She put her hand on her heart and she was like so happy. And I could like feel her smiling and her gratitude behind her mask. And all it took was me just like gently touching her and being like, thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing that. And like really taking a minute to like look her in the eyes and just show gratitude. It really doesn't take much to inspire someone to smile from within.
And I love that. It's like our smiles come from within us. We have to come from that place of smiling, but you realize too, you can help other people bring their smile out like by literally just that physical touch on the shoulder and the gratitude. Like, I see you. Thank you. Like that's everything, right? I love that. Oh my gosh. Let's make it a goal to let's go out today. How many people can we help smile? And not like it's like a mission, right? Like I'm gonna go get 100. Just like How many people can you authentically, genuinely, like, your worlds interacts today, and how many can I help smile? Like, that is such a, if we approach each day like that, we'd be in a really good place.
I think that's all we got.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
good. Thanks for tuning in.
Till next time. Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
So remember, you are magnetic.